Good evening, I'm Becky Wilcox, and this is Insight News TV, where we bring you the stories that matter most. Breaking news out of East Africa. A high-stakes meeting of Southern African and East African leaders has just concluded, and the future of the Democratic Republic of Congo hangs in the balance. The question is, will their decisions finally bring peace? Or are we on the brink of even greater chaos? Stay with us as we unpack the explosive details. Tonight, a new chapter unfolds in the crisis gripping the DRC. Leaders from across the region, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, Rwandan President Paul Kagame, DRC President Felix Tshisekedi and others came together to tackle the escalating conflict. But here's the catch. Not all of them were physically in the room. President Tshisekedi had to join virtually, raising immediate questions about the urgency and commitment to action. The stakes couldn't be higher. Lives are on the line. Entire communities are at the mercy of M23 rebels. Will this meeting finally turn words into action, or will it become just another diplomatic failure? Was the meeting a win for Paul Kagame? Did he walk away with a significant victory? One of the key resolutions? The immediate implementation of a harmonization plan to neutralize the FDLR, a group Kagame has repeatedly accused of using the DRC as a base to threaten Rwandan security. You say I must back off, but I'm protecting my territory, Kagame has argued for months. Now, with this summit's blessing, Rwanda's narrative seems to be gaining legitimacy. This is a diplomatic win for Kagame, reinforcing his long-standing claim that Rwanda is merely defending itself from alleged perpetrators of genocide, whom he insists the DRC is harboring. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Rwanda must also subscribe to the peace processes set in Rwanda and Nairobi. The question is, will Kagame fully cooperate or use these new developments to solidify his position? Meanwhile, the DRC accuses Rwanda of meddling in its internal conflict. Both nations are playing a dangerous game. Can the Rwanda and Nairobi peace processes really bridge the gap between these rival nations? Or are they destined for a violent standoff? What else did the leaders decide on? Cessation of hostilities, a ceasefire is on the table. But how realistic is that when rebel forces are advancing and seizing key territories? Restoration of essential services. The leaders pledged to reopen supply routes and Goma Airport to deliver life-saving humanitarian aid. But can they do it fast enough to prevent further catastrophe? A security plan for Goma and surrounding areas. A plan that seems promising yet leaves many wondering. Will it hold or crumble like past efforts? Here's where things take a chilling turn. As the ink dries on the leaders' resolutions, reports are already emerging of M23 rebels advancing further, this time surrounding a second airport. What happens if the peacekeepers pull out now? Could their withdrawal leave the region exposed to total collapse? Or will this ceasefire create the breathing room needed for genuine peace? But here's the real question. Is peace even possible without political will? A lasting solution to the DRC crisis depends on much more than military operations. It's a political tightrope with lives hanging in the balance. Will this ceasefire be the turning point? Or just another false dawn? The coming days will tell. What happens next could change the future of an entire region. This story is far from over, and Insight News TV will be watching every development. I'm Becky Wilcox. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and breaking updates. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay safe.